Hi guys, welcome to Office Blokes Reacts. I'm Office Bloke Dave.
I'm Office Bloke Mike.
I am Office Bloke Daz.
I should have said howdy guys, welcome to Office Blokes Reacts.
Howdy y'all.
You can say that as well.
Howdy y'all. Yeah, it's too late now, missed the boat. Anyway, we are the Office Blokes. We've got a TikTok, believe it or not. Head over to TikTok, just type in the Office Blokes, give us a flick,
Terrific.
tickle, you know, wiggle it about a bit.
Nice.
Whatever you want to do.
It might do in the windmill. Got to press the sound button.
Anyway, yeah, we do appreciate the support. We're trying to grow our TikTok. It's pretty new, less than a month old. So, you know, head over there, show some support. Right, visit Texas, the don'ts of visiting Texas. You have not only lived in the States, in Texas.
I lived in Texas.
But you're going back there, aren't you?
I'm not going to Texas.
No, but you're going to the
going
States.
to the good old USA in 2 weeks' time.
Nice.
I'm going to hit New York for a few days, New York City, and then I'm going to New Jersey.
New Jersey.
To see all my old buddies.
Nice.
And have a few nights out. I'm going to Asbury Park, home of Bruce Springsteen. Yep. Let's see what the Stone Pony's up to, see if there's any bands on or anything like that, and so it's going down.
Yeah, why not?
Does he not mind you just turning up?
No, he's alright, good lad.
Or does he know you're coming?
Actually, one of my mates who I'm seeing is good friends with him.
Really?
The kids went to the same school and all that sort of stuff. So,
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome. Well, the don'ts of visiting Texas, what do you reckon? I think I always associate Texas with people being quite polite.
Well, I lived in a little area where I worked at Greens Point in Houston. A lot of people know Greens, but also known as Guns Point,
Right.
which is a bit of a dodgy area. And everyone said, "Don't go down there." So the first thing I do for my lunch is go down there, you know, see what's going on.
Yeah.
You know, but I lived in the Woodlands, which was just like Pleasantville. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Grass all cut to the same size. You know?
Yeah.
I rember the comment section the first time you said you lived in the Woodlands.
Yeah.
I think we were reacting to Megan Thee Stallion and you talked about it and everyone was like, yeah, that's the nice bit.
Yeah, it's nice, very nice.
Yeah.
I'm not going to live in a shit part, am I?
No. Anyway, we'll get into it. So the don'ts of visiting Texas. Let's do this.
Hey there, fellow travelers. Mark here with Walter's World. And today we're here in Texas. And today what we have for you are the don'ts of visiting Texas. Because there's tons of stuff you do want to do when you're here. Yes, you got the major cities like San Antonio and seeing the Alamo and Austin and all the cool...
I was going to say, is that the Alamo? Didn't Ozzy Osbourne do time in prison for pissing on it?
I hope so, if he did.
Somewhere. But I think he may have done, yeah. I think you're right.
Fairly certain he did. Shut on.
Yeah.
Stuff there in Houston by the coast and Dallas, and there's, you know, go up to Abilene. There's so many cool things to see here in Texas. But the thing is, when you come, sometimes you forget about the things you don't do, or you shouldn't do, or you should watch out for. And that's why we have the don'ts of visiting Texas. And our first don't of Texas is, don't think you're going to get around quickly anywhere in Texas. Look, Texas is huge, and the thing is when you're going to try to get around the state, you're going to be driving, okay? There's not really a public transportation network that a tourist is going to use. So one, you're either going to be flying around, but most likely you're going to be driving. And the distances are huge when you are here, so you do need to be prepared for that. And so when you are coming here, you know, you got to make sure you're ready to rent a car, though it's cool because all the rental cars are automatic and easy to do. But when you're driving around, don't forget to pay attention. Because you'll see on the highways, it's like people are either going 95 miles an hour or 45 miles an hour. And so it gets a little scary sometimes, so make sure you really do pay attention.
So which one of them were you when you were driving on the freeways in America? 45 miles an hour, obviously.
Nah, fuck it, straight down the outside.
They got to 95. I thought they were restricted to like 70 or something. Or
Well, 65, I think, was the when I lived in New Jersey. I'm pretty sure 65 was the highest.
or is it different state to state again? Is it one of those where it varies?
Well,
Or?
depends how many cops you get with the speed guns. Fucking how fast you can see them.
The speed limit's 70 here
Same
on
as
the
here.
motorway. How fast do you go?
Mike probably does like 69 and a half.
Yeah.
In the inside lane, 10 to 2.
I was driving back from Manchester the other night and there was a van in front of me on the motorway. I was doing about 65. He must have been doing similar to me because it was pissing it down. It was really bad weather. 2 flashes. And I didn't even know there was a camera or anything. The speed limit's 70, but he definitely got flashed twice. And it was enough time for me to slow down by the time I got to where he was. But there was no signs saying speed restrictions or anything.
Right. Not unless you're in a controlled variable zone.
It wasn't. Smart motorway, it was like a wide open bit.
Was it?
Yeah, so I've got a 2-week wait.
Have you?
To see if a letter hits my doorstep.
But it does take a long time to get anywhere. Also, that long time thing, not in a quick time, also deals within the cities. because Texas is growing so quickly. Cities like San Antonio and Austin, I mean, they're growing so quickly that sometimes it's hard for the cities to keep up. So the traffic jams during rush hour can be a real pain. So what we recommend is, to your place like Austin or San Antonio or wherever, park your car and you just Uber around places. It'll make it a lot easier for you, or take a taxi or whatever, because the parking and all these things can be a bit much. Now, my second don't for you is, when you are coming around here and you are driving around, don't forget to look out your windows. I know it sounds silly. Well, Mark, of course I look out my window, I'm driving. No, what I'm saying is, look around. You're going to see so much of Texas. Yes, you will see some longhorns out there. You will go through the hill country, maybe stop into Fredericksburg and see the German history there. And you go around the plains in the north. I mean, you have such varied beauty here in Texas. That's one of those things, like, man, that looks like a cute town. Maybe I'm going to get off the highway. Maybe I'm going to go over and check some stuff out. Definitely do that. Go see the beauty of this state, because it's great. Now, my third don't for you actually deals with Buc-ee's, this place behind me, and that is, when you're driving around, you're probably gonna be like, man, we gotta get gas, we gotta get something to eat, what should we do? And a lot of people get kind of scared of gas stations and big truck stops kind of like this. Dude, don't be that way. Don't skip out on going to Buc-ee's or one of these huge places where you can go. And Buc-ee's is hilarious because it's kind of like Field and Stream and Walmart and a really, really nice gas station had a baby together. The baby was born here in Texas, and everything is Texas and Buc-ee's. I mean, it's a really cool place to go. But don't skip out on that, because you will have...
You disagree?
I'd rather pull into one of the towns. And
so is this more like off the freeway, like a service station for us?
Mm-hmm.
Right, okay. Pretty nice looking toilets, though, at the truck stop, if that's your thing. Mike?
To use these. And the thing is Texans have a lot of pride, and that pride shows in the cleanliness of the state, the nice things that are Texas you will enjoy, and people put the pride into and make it nicer. So yes, you can get a nice brisket sandwich inside a truck stop. Well, Buc-ee's at least. Also, get the beaver nuggets. They're awesome, by the way. And that kind of...
Do you think he's sponsored by Buc-ee's for this? He's wearing the t-shirt as well.
He's not moving much, is he?
Yeah. Leads into my next don't for you. Don't skip out on the local shops and the local produce and local products here in Texas. Yes, you have places like Buc-ee's that you can go see that's really just here. You have H-E-B, which is a grocery store chain you can have here in Texas. It's based in San Antonio. And you get a lot of things that are really, really Texas-y. Yes, there is Whataburger. There's one right across there. I know Whataburger's kind of expanded, but it's got a little special place in my heart when I'm in Texas, because, you know, what a burger should be. Sorry, it's just...
I once sent a homeless guy, he was begging me for a burger or for money for something to eat. So I said, right, if you go Whataburger, I said, you have to walk, because I was at the pub, I had a few beers, so there's no car to use. I said, you have to walk. I said, if you buy me a burger, I'll buy you a burger, and I'll give, when you get back, I'll give you $100. He went, okay, he fucked off. And I thought nothing of it, sort of thing. So we were hanging around at the bar. About an hour later, he came back with a burger for me. A burger for him. I give him the $100, and he's like, nice one, mate.
Wow.
What are you like? Lazy get.
He's got to earn it. He's got to earn the money. I'm not just going to give him money. He's got to earn it.
I'd walk further than that for $100, to be fair. That's pretty good.
It was pretty far.
And I bet he didn't declare it and pay tax on it.
He probably got a cab, didn't he?
I think he did. I think he got a cab. Yeah. I said the cab's waiting, he needs to pay it. Yeah.
$10 cab.
Memories back to childhood, but there's so much Texas stuff you can have when you are here. So do take that in and get that Texasness. If you're here in the fall, make sure, go hit up a football game. Look, Sunday they're watching the Cowboys. Yeah, maybe Houston, Texas, but no, I've been a Cowboys fan since I was a kid, so I gotta go for them. On Saturdays, you got college football. Just pick the closest college near you. You have a great time. Friday nights, yes, the kids are playing high school football that night. So you do have those things. So go out and enjoy those Texas-only things. Don't skip out on it. Don't think, oh, I'm going to go to In-N-Out Burger. Well, that's California, man. Hit Whataburger when you're in Texas, all right? And speaking of those Texas-only things, my next don't for you is don't drink non-Texas beer. Look, the beer in Texas is fantastic.
Shinerbock was mine.
Shinerbock. Is that from Texas, though? Because it doesn't sound like it.
I think it is Texan, yeah.
Can you get
Shinerbock?
Can you get it over here?
I've not seen it over here. I've never seen it. I've seen Superbock, but that's Portuguese.
Right. Okay.
But Shinerbock was the drink I used to have down there.
It's weird. It's weird what comes over, isn't it? Because, like I say, Shipyard is in practically every pub now, and that's just that's an American IPA that I don't think was in this country 5 years ago. Definitely never used to see it anywhere.
No, but people let us know if
Shiner Bock.
Shiner Bock is
Drink too much of it, killing off those brain cells.
There was a lot of German immigrants that actually came here and settled in Texas. So, you know, the Wiener Schnitzel that you have in Germany and Austria, well, you got chicken fried steak here, right? It's great. But they didn't just bring their fried, tasty foods and the kolaches and stuff like that from the Czech Republic and things like that. What you got that's really good is the beer. And when you're going around Texas, you'll have not just microbreweries, but you have local breweries that make Texas beer, and it is really, really, really good. I mean, they took that tradition from Germany and brought it here, so you will drink well. And I know, I'm not saying drink Lone Star, okay? Like I tell with Lone Stars, Lone Star tastes good after you've had 4 or 5 of the other good Texas beers, then Lone Star's fantastic. But go and try other stuff. And probably if you're not in Texas right now, if you want to have a Texas beer, go buy a Shiner Bock. They sell that throughout the U.S. That'll give you a taste, but that's not even probably one of the top 10 that are here. There's so many good things from Austin, San Antonio, all over. Go enjoy the local beers here. Don't skip out on that. And I know.
Good call.
I'm not drinking alone anymore, so I'm not. My booze consumption has gone down by about 80%.
Is it?
And he just said beer too many times in one little 2-minute segment for me. My mouth is watering.
I'm heading out early, go to the match tonight, so I'm straight in the pub.
I might have a couple when I get home now. I'm in the mood now.
Yeah. Straight in the pub now for the match.
Stick with it, Dave. Stick with it.
I lost 4 pounds in a week, and that's all.
I
That's
lost
all
more than
alcohol.
that. I
weight.
lost more than that last night.
We don't want to know.
It's funny that I'm talking about beer when I'm outside of a gas station, but don't drink and drive when you are here, but do enjoy the good local beers, okay? So there's a good start to our don'ts. Now, I know seeing a gas station, even a cool one like Buc-ee's, probably isn't what you're looking for when you're thinking, Mark, where are you filming in Texas? Well, let's go see a little bit different places here in Texas to finish off our don'ts of Texas. So now we're here in San Antonio. This is actually my favorite city to come to in Texas, and we're here on the Riverwalk. And yes, the Riverwalk is more than just the downtown part. It goes through the city. It is really kind of a cool thing. And my next don't for you for when you come to Texas is don't forget to mind your manners, because the Texans won't forget. Look, the people here are super friendly, they're super nice, and when all these people move to Texas, they kind of get that niceness as well. And that means when you come here as a tourist, don't forget your pleases, your thank yous, holding that door for that young lady or that old man or that young man or somebody with the kids. You're going to be practicing your manners when you are here, so don't forget that.
I have heard that about Texas.
Yeah, but fucking do that all the time.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter where you are. Hold the door
Yeah.
open for people, let people in.
Should do it anyway,
Let people
shouldn't
go
you?
ahead of you.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Anywhere you are, should do it.
I think we're all like that. I
think so.
I feel like I've heard Matthew McConaughey talk about it. You know,
Yeah.
how to act in Texas, and it's saying practically that. It's just like, you know, you're polite, we're nice to each other.
I
you
think
know.
we'd do it anyway, like I say.
I do that anyway.
Just the way
Yeah.
you brought up in
And
it.
if someone doesn't say thank you, I just go, "You're welcome."
I
With a
think
bit of medicine there.
I think that's a very English thing. That though. Anytime, mate, when you're holding the door open
Yeah,
for
don't,
someone.
don't mention it.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't mention it.
Or especially if you open to a pub. Have you ever done that to a pub and someone just walks in and not said anything?
Yeah.
And I've gone, "Oh, mate, you've not paid." Watch how quickly you turn around then.
One of the worst things you can do to someone over here is when someone lets you go driving and you don't wave at them.
Well, it's a
Like,
wind
if
up that.
if I wait for someone, let them go, and they don't wave,
I try and get back in front of them.
I
Want me space back. Want me space back.
The pleases, the thank yous, the howdy y'alls, these kind of things, they're legitimate here. People will help you out. And believe me, the locals will tell you, no, don't go to this barbecue place, go to that barbecue place. For the best puffy tacos in San Antonio, go to Henry's. Don't go downtown to the Riverwalk. They're going to tell you everything you want to know in a friendly way. So make sure when you are here, you do practice the kindness and friendliness of Texas. So yes. And my next don't for you is don't think that Texas is kind of like the deep South, because a lot of people put like, oh, Georgia, Alabama, Texas, they're all the South, they're all the same. No, Texas is its own thing completely. I mean, it was its own country for a little while, and you can tell that when you are here. It's a huge state with a lot of different kind of Texan culture kind of stuff. And yes, there are some things that kind of pass from the South to here. You know, people are really friendly, like I said, and there's a lot of similar foods, the barbecue and stuff like that. But it has a different vibe to when you're here. So don't think, oh, this is the Southeast, the deep South. No, this is Texas when you are here. And I guess the thing I'll tell you is when you're looking at the don'ts, remember I talked about barbecue is here as well? Well, in the Southeast, it's more pork, you know, pulled pork and stuff like that, butts and things like that. Oh, no. Here, don't eat the pork with the barbecue. What you want to eat is the brisket, the beef. So you're going to have beef brisket, beef ribs, maybe, okay, you can have some sausage and stuff like that, but it's really a brisket-based barbecue when you are here, so don't get the pork, get the brisket, okay? And that kind of leads to the next thing is, don't forget to come hungry when you come to Texas. Because remember that old saying, everything's bigger in Texas? Well, the portion sizes, they go along right with that. And so when you get your chicken fried steak, yeah, it's going to be nice and big. When you're going to get your brisket, oh, maybe get a pound or two of brisket. You're going to have a lot of food, a lot of great food, a lot of stuff here, and it's going to fill you up. And yes, if you can find a Frito pie, where it's the Frito chips, you know, like tortilla chip kind of things, where they put the chili and the cheese on it, yes, have that. You will be filled up and tasty, fully engorged while you are
He's
here.
excited about the food,
Chicken
doesn't he?
fried steak, man, when it's this big, you can't have enough of it. So that's why I always say is don't forget to come hungry, because you will leave completely full and stuffed, because, man, everything's bigger in Texas, especially the food. And with that food, if you see a line outside of a place, don't be scared to wait in that line, because the food here is great and the locals know what's great. So they're going to be waiting in line to get the best barbecue and the best Tex-Mex, the best food that you can have, the best food trucks in different places. So you see the line, don't worry about it, go get it.
It's probably not the video you want to watch at the moment, is it, Dave?
No.
All this food as well.
No.
Food, beer.
Food and beer.
I'm still eating. I'm actually eating better. I'm just not eating
More healthy.
shite like McDonald's and KFC and all that. And it's just not drinking alone, which is probably fair.
Yeah.
What do you mean not drinking alone?
Well, I just don't. There's no booze at home. I'm not buying any booze for at home because
Oh,
I live
so
on my own.
You're not going to have a beer on your own. Right, I get you.
Yeah.
I wonder what you were talking about with that.
Yeah.
Right, now I get it. Yeah.
But I can go and sit in a pub with loads of strangers, and if I shuffle close enough to them, I'm allowed to drink because it's not like I'm on with.
Just signing up to people all the time.
Enjoy some food that way. Some other don'ts I have for the food when you are here, don't forget the queso. Look, in Texas, queso is not just cheese dip. It's like a way of life. It's something you have to have.
Love that.
And I know I've been with people here in Texas. They say,
No
we need to
chicken
get
in
the
it.
queso.
Chicken.
And they're like, why? I don't want queso. Let's get something else. I'm like, no, you don't understand. You had to have the queso when you're here. The cheese and the pico de gallo in it, and it's stirred up, and the tasty, and the spices in it. Oh, it's
Just it's a great pause.
He's definitely done something in his pants there, hasn't he?
It's the money shot, that.
I think I'm on the verge of doing something, just listening to him describing the food. Then that's the problem.
His voice picks up, his speed picks up, he gets so excited, yeah.
Yeah, I'm trusting his opinion on food though.
Oh,
He is
queso
a-
was like queso with the dip and all that.
So it's like cheese dip,
chips,
then, is it?
cheese dip, yeah.
Is it
But you can
like
have
a
chicken
warm
con
one or
queso
something,
or whatever it may be, and you get like a bit of chicken in it. So you'd be all right.
Yeah.
You know, but it's it's warm. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
delicious.
that'd be nice, that.
Remember I told you about the spinach and artichoke dip?
Yeah.
Well, that place in the Blues Kitchen where I've been trying the whiskey.
Yeah.
That's an American bar, so they do all the American food. So they do the spinach and artichoke dip as well. Dip. So you'll be at home there.
oh good. So make sure you don't say no to that queso. Because believe me, when you go places and restaurants, they're like, oh, do you want some queso and chips? Yes, you do, okay? And the thing is, my next don't is don't stop with the queso. Look, I told you, don't forget to come hungry, but also don't skip out on the Tex-Mex when you are here. There's a ton of great Tex-Mex restaurants in pretty much any city you go to. You're gonna eat well when you have it. And for example, there's some local specialties as well. Here in San Antonio, the puffy tacos, you gotta have when you are here. So make sure, load up on that queso and the Tex-Mex. You can't go wrong with that. So my next don't for you is don't complain about the weather when you come to Texas. Look, Texas.
Impossible.
Yeah, every English
British.
person's fucked. We're all out. Oh, it's too hot today.
That must be aimed at us, that. No, it's too hot today. I was pissing it down today.
I know, yeah.
Summer is hot as hell, okay? No one is going to deny you that, okay? So don't complain about it. You know that. You're coming here in July and August? Yes, you will melt. That is how it works. So don't complain about it. But the thing is, I want you to know is, don't forget that Texas actually gets chilly in the wintertime. I mean, we're here in January. Look, I've got my quarter zip on. I have a jacket. It was in the 20s the other night where we were. Yes, sometimes there's some
Not
dusting
the
of snow
20s.
in Texas. I know, you think Texas,
That's Fahrenheit.
it's always sunny and hot every day. No.
Fahrenheit.
So what's that in Celsius though?
Minus
Is that minuses?
8, something like that, is it?
I don't know what that is called
be,
then. I'll give you
yeah.
that. Yeah.
Don't think that way. Make sure you are actually, checking the weather forecast before you come. Do the 10-day forecast. Make sure that if you do need to bring a sweater or a jacket, you're ready to go so you can get those, okay? You're going to need that occasionally at night, especially in the winter months. Now, my next note for you is when you do come to Texas, don't skip the sights. I know I've talked about driving all over the state, and I've talked about eating at places like Buc-ee's and Tex-Mex and Puffy Tacos and drinking the local beer, and I haven't got into the really amazing sights that are all over Texas. Yes, going to Austin and going to South Congress and seeing the cool shops there, and going to Rainy Street and drinking up there, or going to Dallas, or going to Houston, going to the coast and the Padre Island, all these kind of things. There's so many cool things to see, but there's cool sights as well. And San Antonio is probably my favorite for that. And the thing is, you all have heard about the Alamo, right? Remember the Alamo? Well, don't forget it. Visit it when you are here. But it's not actually the coolest site in San Antonio. The coolest sites to see when you are here are the Spanish missions, okay? Go and check those out. And you go around the state, there's really good museums. And the thing is, this state has had a lot of money throughout the years. So you've got really good art galleries in Austin and Dallas and San Antonio. You can get all kinds of, art you can check out in galleries. And so go out and enjoy that. And don't think it's just barbecue and beer when you are here. It is so much more. And the thing is, with those cool sites and cool food, it's actually brought in a lot of people from the rest of the United States to live in Texas. And so I guess my next don't I'll have for you is if you're in a city like San Antonio or especially Austin or maybe Dallas and you meet somebody there, don't be surprised if they're not a local. You have a lot of people from all over the U.S. that have moved here. And so meeting an actual Austinite in Austin is like, oh wow, I thought you weren't real. I thought you were a unicorn. Because you do have all these people moving around and coming here, and that's what's made it really cool. Anyway, those are just some of the fun little don'ts that I have for visiting Texas. What are some of the don'ts that you have for visiting Texas? It really is a great place. We've really enjoyed it. The people are fantastic. Amazing food, amazing drink, amazing times, art, culture, all kinds of stuff. And it's not what you think Texas is going to be. Come and explore and learn for yourself because you will enjoy it. So I'll say bye from San Antonio, and y'all enjoy Texas. Bye. Oh, a little add-on at the end, back to Buc-ee's here. And you'll notice all the Texans you talk to will tell you how clean the bathrooms are at Buc-ee's and how many bathrooms there are. It's kind of like they've all been, kind of taught by Buc-ee's and the tourism of Texas or agencies. But it's actually true. There are tons of toilets and they are really clean. So don't feel bad about having to use the bathroom at a rest stop like Buc-ee's. So it'll be good. So anyway, bye from Texas. I hope you liked the video. Don't forget to subscribe and like. Bye.
Yeah, good one, Walter.
Yeah, I enjoyed that.
Yeah, it's good, that.
He's not what? Well,
John is his name.
was it John?
Something like that.
Did you not say Mike at the beginning?
That's Mike.
It was like 15 minutes ago now. My memory's not
A
that
while
good.
ago, yeah.
Yeah, it does make me want to go to Texas, to be
Yeah,
fair. I wanted
great
to go
place.
anyway. I really
Yeah.
did, but I mean,
It's huge though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Big place, isn't it?
Very big.
Wow.
is Texas like 3 times the size of France, is it?
Don't know the geographical size of it, but it's saying there it was 1,000 kilometres from.
Yeah, one of the flights was 600-700 miles, wasn't it? Just for one city to another.
We did a video on it, didn't we? Could Texas be its own country?
Yeah.
Yeah,
we did that ages ago,
yeah.
and they were talking about the size of it and the economy and things like that.
Yeah, it's pretty much a Land's End to John O'Groats, isn't it, size-wise, I suppose? Or
Well, I remember driving. I think I mentioned it once before, but I remember driving from Houston to Homer, Louisiana, for lunch, and then drove back.
How far was that then?
It's about a 7-hour ride,
Jeez.
one way.
Wow.
Had lunch with the guy I was meeting for work,
Yeah.
in the wetlands down there in the oil and gas industry,
Yeah.
and then I drove back again.
Nice.
What, same day?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a bit of a slog, that, isn't it?
Wow.
You have many beers at lunch.
Yeah, and I went through, is it Port Charles in Louisiana? Went fucking pitch black. Like, it was middle of the afternoon.
Yeah.
Bright sunshine, all of a
right,
sudden just
okay.
went pitch black, thunder and lightning. One of them where you had to pull over, it was that bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bouncing.
Yeah.
Bet you went through a few different time zones there, didn't you?
No. Same time zone.
Yeah, that's food and beer and food and nice clean toilets.
What more could you want?
And the
Come on.
Alamo.
I mean,
Yeah,
looks good, that. Yeah,
Cheers for
really
that.
good.
Hope you like that too. Don't forget like and subscribe, hit the bell, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Cheers, guys.